Well, firefighters inherently really want to help the public in any way, shape, or form they can. So they're fighting for a reason, and they know that. So we'll work until we can't work anymore. The trick right now, though, is taking care of ourselves and each other by making sure we're getting some rest, we're getting some reprieve. A lot of the firefighters have been out there, and the first responders in general have been working double shifts. And the trick is to getting them rested so that they don't catch a cold even. But also keeping them safe given the current climate of communicable diseases. So they've been operating as kind of family units, as pods and whatnot. So they're really watching over each other to make sure we get a small break here and there, work as hard as we can when we can to try and put as much of the fire out as we can. Well, we talk to each other. We keep each other in check. We know a lot about each other's family lives and whatnot, so we're kind of constantly maybe trying to keep a real aspect or a normal aspect by having those conversations with each other's. Also, one of the things that's new to the fire service in the last couple of years is our employee support services. We have an entire division of people that are overwatching and looking at us and bringing support to us. At our base camps, they bring support animals by. We love that. Something that firefighters really love to see as well are signs. And the signs that the public make is the best way for the public to actually show us their appreciation. We love that. It's just great when you're on a fire engine, you've been working all night long, and you come back through town and base camp, and there are the signs from the kids and the people. It's a fantastic feeling. The governor declaring a state emergency can help in many, many different ways. It has a cascading effect for resources coming into the state. It has a cascading effect for the public and different resources that become available for them. It's hard to narrow it down to just one thing. And we really want the public to recognize that a red flag warning in California is essentially the same as a tornado warning in the East Coast or a hurricane warning. It is that serious. Especially with this one coming through, we're expecting dry lightning over the fire areas where we already have firefighters working in hills and rural area. What's going to happen is if these do occur, we have to pull off the fire line and retreat to safety so that a lightning strike doesn't hurt any of us and the public. We want to make sure when thunder roars, you go indoors, as the National Service promotes. It could become very dynamic. We could get new starts on top of the starts we already have. The biggest component that comes with these thunderstorms that affects us and our fires is wind. And because the wind is not predictable at that point, it goes in every direction. That can be a major contributing factor to the spread of these wildfires. And it was when we had this first event come through. The best thing the public can do is to reduce their impact or the possibility of creating a spark. This is where the one less spark means one less wildfire really plays into account. Simply driving around your vehicle that might not be in best working order and having a piece of the exhaust fall off, having a brake rotor spark, dragging a trailer chain. These simple things can wreak havoc on an already very dry, very fire-prone area. So doing your very best to minimize your impact or possibility of creating a spark is what we ask. Well, the first and foremost thing is to be prepared. California is no stranger to any sort of natural disaster, whether it's fire, flood, or earthquake. So the best thing you can do is to have a plan. One of the ways you can do that is you can look up at our website, readyforwildfire.org, and you can actually go through there, and there's a checklist and different opportunities of things you can do to go and build a go bag. Different things you may not think about having in a to-go bag, but would catch you off guard, like maybe a second set of your prescriptions that are very hard to find. You want to have water, you want to have food. You need to take in consideration your animals. Don't ever forget about your four-legged friends. Now, when a wildfire is striking, animals obviously have an inherent sense that something is wrong. So trying to capture a cat or a small animal to evacuate at a moment's notice is a substantial challenge. So you really want to think ahead on that and maybe have a carrier for that animal. Larger animals, have a trailer hitched up, that sort of thing. But really for the foresight of having the things that you need to leave in an emergency is really important. One of the simplest things we learned from the Napa earthquakes was if you have a strong earthquake and you have glass in your bedroom and all that glass suddenly shatters in your bedroom, do you have a pair of shoes or footwear next to your bed that you can put on immediately so that you can walk around?